Hey, Globetrotters! Are you ready to elevate your travel game and make every trip unforgettable? Get ready to revolutionize your adventures with Passportbros app, your ticket to turning passion into profit. With Passportbros, your travel videos and posts aren't just memories, they're money makers. Share your awe-inspiring experiences with the world and watch your bank account grow with every click. But wait, there's more. Connect with a vibrant community of fellow explorers, where camaraderie knows no borders. Exchange insider tips, forge lasting friendships, and create memories that last a lifetime. And that's not all. Gain access to exclusive discounts on accommodations, from cozy boutique hotels to luxurious resorts, ensuring you can travel in style without breaking the bank. So why settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary? Join the Passportbros app today and unlock a world of adventure, connection, and endless possibilities. Download the app now and let the journey of a lifetime begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, family, we are live. Welcome to another show. It is your man BMT in the building, and first and foremost, I want to welcome everybody on the show. Also, I want to shout out to all the pops, the dads, the mentors out there, man. Happy Father's Day to you guys, all right, on this beautiful Sunday. I'm not sure what the weather is in the States, but happy Father's Day. I know some guys might have had dads around, some guys didn't. But even if you had a granddad, an uncle, or, an older male figure, sometimes you can tell them a happy Father's Day too. All right. So happy Father's Day to all the guys out there in this beautiful world, this beautiful day, man. We got a great show for you guys lined up today. We're going to talk about a topic a little bit later on in the show about passport bros dating, marrying foreign single mothers. All right. Is it a difference than the ones in the States? And we're going to also break down some of the top countries with the most single moms as well. You're going to be surprised at the top 5. I promise you. All right. So first, I want to welcome everybody in here. We got my man Jay Clyde in the building. What up, Jay Clyde? Yeah, I'm running, not super late, but, usually we do our Sunday rundown a little earlier. Shout out to my man, Wonderful Travels in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Racket Club Travels. What's good? BMT in the chat. What's good? That's right. Happy Father's Day to everybody. All right. See, guys says, if I got a passport, why would I if I got a passport, why would I date a single mom? Listen, I would date a single mom overseas, personally. My own opinion. She had one kid. I would accept that. But it's all about, we're going to talk about it, though. We're going to talk about it a little later on in the show when we get a few more people in the room. Guys, make sure you do me a favor and hit that like button for your boy. All right. Hey, who all saw the fight last night, though, man? Who all saw that Gervonta Davis fight? Who all saw the fight last night? What up, Morpheus? He says a new sub. What's good? Appreciate you being here. Tapping in with your boy on Father's Day. Somebody said that's the American mindset. Uh-oh. We might have to do a panel on this subject. Yeah, but who all saw the Gervonta Davis fight, man? That was a hell of a fight. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, Tank the Truth. I got him over Floyd Mayweather, man. I think he's better. He's definitely more exciting than watching Floyd. I was never a Floyd fan, personally. I was never a big fan of Floyd. I thought he danced around the ring, and won most of his matches by decision. I thought there was a lot of politics at play with Floyd too, because of some of them fights he definitely lost. All right, but yeah, it was a good fight. Shout out to Tank, man. Tank he's something else, bro. That dude's something else. I'm not even into the lightweight fighters like that. I mostly like heavyweights, but It was a good boxing match. It was, like I say, the heavyweights and the middleweights is to me, it's just more like, okay, them dudes be punching dudes lights out, man. They be punching dudes lights out. Somebody said, man, what? Hey, let me tell y'all something. it's a lot of guys in this space, in this passport bro space. I mean, it's, I've been around since the beginning. I was one of the original guys that coined the phrase, and I felt like definitely one of the guys that kind of set up the market that we have today. So a lot of guys taking the ball, ran with it, got a lot of subs and everything. Just great because it expanded, the ideology more. You got it out there. More and more guys went viral on TikTok, stuff like that. But you will be surprised that a lot of the guys that do have like feature women in their videos, like consistently the same woman, a lot of them are single moms, bro. They just don't put it out there like that. So it's a lot of guys, there's a lot of passport bros that do date single mothers, bro. Seriously, like real talk. You'll be surprised. Some y'all some boxing casuals. Okay. I don't know what that means, CC. Morpher said, I'm a retired military leaving in September. Okay. It's a lot of guys, man. Actually, I see a lot of brothers are setting themselves up to leave the States and stay overseas permanently. I have seen a lot of that lately. A lot of my consultations, guys. People think the consultations is more so for, guys going for like a weekend and Medellin or something. But most of the consultations are actually guys making the transition to live overseas full time. Like, and it's it's a little bit of a learning curve. It could possibly be a lot of pitfalls, not knowing certain things, medical insurance, and where to stay, what neighborhoods to stay in, stuff like that. But it's definitely an increase in guys wanting to live abroad now, guys and women. But in general, a lot of people from the West, America, UK, and all that are starting to decide to go into careers where they can live overseas, work remotely. And you also got a lot of people that have like military disability, military retirement, certain benefits from the government that will pretty much sustain a nice lifestyle overseas, which might not sustain the lifestyle of super inflation in America. So $5,000 a month goes a whole lot further in some of these countries than it does, of course, in the States. Okay. So I have been seeing a lot of that lately. Malik says he's working towards that, God willing. Shout out to my man Andre, man. Andre is doing a show tonight. I think he's doing a show in a few minutes, actually, about Corey Holcomb of the 5150 show, saying that he's relocating to Thailand. And believe it or not, it is a lot of celebrities that actually don't live in America. I think Lenny Kravitz lives in Brazil. You got Shaka Khan. She lives overseas. I forgot what country she said lives in, but she said she just tours in America and gets the hell on. So you got a lot of celebrities that are already living overseas. People just don't know. They just assume that they stand in New York or Cali where they're originally from. But a lot of celebrities have left, guys. Trust me, they have left. All right. Somebody said, Trump wins, I'm leaving. If Biden wins, I'm leaving. Yeah, we're going to get to that list in a minute. We're just waiting for a few more people to get in the room, man. We're waiting for a few more people to get in the room. All right. Also, I want to give a shout out to my man, the Fearless Podcast. I want to give a shout out to him. I was on this show, I think last week. Well, actually Wednesday, I was on his show. We did a good show. But he had a show after that saying, do men hit the wall? And it was a real good show. He also had Tommy Sotomayor on his show. I think like Friday, he had Tommy on there. And that was a classic show. So shout out to my man Fearless and his podcast. I might have Tommy on the show. I'm going to do an interview. I'm setting up an interview with him as well. But it's going to be interesting because I think some people, not all, but when I interview guys that got, a little bit of a notoriety or something like that, I'm going to ask them tough questions. I'm not on no fanboy shit. So I'm going to be like, look, because Tommy seems to be heading in a direction of, I would say, moving towards the passport bro space, which is, of course, his personal thing. He can do that all he want. But I just want to make sure, and I'm not trying to gatekeep nothing like that, but I'm gonna ask him some serious questions, man, because Tommy had first of all, they got him off, of course they got him off the platforms, and he definitely pointed at a lot of the problems within our community as far as women. He definitely did that. He did that quite well, actually. But I always wanted this space to be more of a solution-based space. I never wanted to follow in the steps of the red pill or the players market. I always wanted the Passport Bro space to kind of be the resolve. Like we have to get an understanding of the social footing of America, and our solution was to leave it per se, not to dwell on the issues within, America like that. So I just want to kind of, just ask him some questions, like, okay, what do you expect? Like, what do you, what I'm saying? Like, what's your future views towards the Passport Bros? And he spoke on that. It was a real good interview by my man Fearless. But I'm definitely going to, when I do bring Tommy on, I'm definitely going to ask him some serious ass questions for sure, man. Trust me. All right. Yeah, Drew, happy Father's Day once again, fellas. Happy Father's Day once again. I know I got a lot of pops in here, a lot of dads in here. What up to Big Rello? Is that my man Jay Rello? I thought he took his channel down. Somebody said Tina Turner was a Buddhist. Is in Switzerland. All right. All right, we almost got 100 people in the room. We rolling in here, man. We rolling in here. All right. Where's that comment at? We are rolling. Hold on, I'm gonna pull something up real quick. But yeah, make sure to check out the Fearless podcast. I'm gonna drop his link in the chat in a second. Also, guys, I know a lot of guys want to know about the vlogs. Yes, I'm still doing vlogs. I kept this channel to be more so the live interview type channel where we do mostly lives. We do an hour, couple hour lives. We do a lot of interviews. We interviews different guys around the world, these different countries, Thailand, a lot of expat business owners. So that's kind of like the essence or the rooting of this channel. But the vlogs, for right now, I'm dropping all the vlogs on the Passport Bros app. All right, let me pull this up real quick for the fam. All right, I just shot this vlog right here in Santo Domingo. Real dope vlog. Everybody on the app loved it. I'm going to play a few quick clips. Now I'll play more towards the end of the show when I got a few more people in the room. But this is the Passport Bros out. I just dropped this a couple of days ago. All right. Imagine stepping into a land where vibrant culture meets breathtaking beauty. Picture yourself walking along this beautiful Malecon, enjoying the stunning coastal views and feeling the warm Caribbean breeze. Join us as we dive into the heart of the Dominican culture. We'll try a traditional drink rumored to boost sexual prowess, savor delicious local cuisine, take a leisurely stroll along the scenic Malecon, and enjoy breathtaking views from the Ferris wheel. Plus, we'll explore the historical Zonio Colonial, where every street tells a story of the past. But beyond the beauty and culture lies a deeper, more complex history. This is where Christopher Columbus' controversial legacy comes into play. Christopher Columbus may be a hero to some, but a symbol of destruction to others. His arrival 500 years ago marked the beginning of a new era, one filled with both discovery and devastation. We'll visit the monumental Faro Colón, a beacon of his contentious legacy. And guys, when you come to San Domingo, you definitely want to check out what they call the lighthouse here. You can actually see the lighthouse all the way from Puerto Rico. This is where Columbus is supposedly buried. The complex and often troubling history of his impact on the Americas. All right, so I'm here with my friend Christy. She's going to take me to
Faro Colón, which is like Christopher Columbus museum / I guess you want to say grave or cemetery or something. Not really a cemetery, but more like a museum. Yeah. I am Dominican, but I haven't been there before. So I'm going to explore this and ask him. So let's go to the metro.
All right. right. This is all right. So that's a vlog I did, man. Make sure to check it out. It's on the app, exclusively on the app. All my vlogs dropping on here. We also got other content creators dropping a lot of their content on here. I got my man Flight Madness dropping content on here. Foreign strategies dropping content on here. So we got a lot of guys going to be dropping exclusive vlogs, uncut, all right, vlogs on the app, so you can really see all the dope content coming from around the world. We also got another feature coming out, guys. Sometime this week, we've been working on this feature for the last 2 goddamn months, but we also got the live feature coming on the app as well, man. People are loving the app. Guys are dropping all types of content on it. Like our own little community, man. We have our own little community. It's better than the Facebook group 10 times. It's better than a lot of content that you'll see on YouTube, all that good stuff, man. So make sure to download the Passport Bros app. But that's a dope little vlog you definitely guys want to check out, all right? Yeah, that's San Domingo, R-Dub, right? A lot of people don't know, man. San Domingo, I'll be having a great time out here. Man. This is, I still love Colombia. I go to Colombia a lot, go to Medellin off and on, but San Domingo is definitely a dope city. It's definitely a dope city. I'll put it up there. As like my top 3 cities I like to live in the world. There's a lot of guys that, enjoy living out here as well. All right. Someone said, I ain't effing with no single moms nowhere. Biology is biology. All right. Okay. You guys say that, man. You guys be saying that. But I'm going to tell you, I would say not the majority. I'm going to say, from my personal experience, at least 50 to 60% of the guys traveling are dating foreign single mothers. And we'll do, we'll go ahead and we might do a panel. Somebody said content looks fire. You would think DR only has Sasua based on these dudes. Yeah, man. Yeah. The island is dope. It's a lot of history here, a lot of politics going on out here, man, in the Caribbean in general. But it's a large populace of, Afro people, all throughout these islands, bro. It's like, this is like I'm not gonna say it's our second home necessarily, but bro, all throughout the Caribbean, all throughout the islands, all on the coast of Colombia, you have a large populace of Afro Latinas or Latinos in general, just kind of that culture, that Caribbean, island type culture that's very similar to that down south Black American kind of culture to a certain degree with the foods and the music. So it's like, it's a nice little blend, man. I like living out here, family, to be honest with you. Somebody said San Domingo really lit. Okay, that's a good question. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting up these stats on these single moms overseas too. But is it lit? Some people have came out here and say it's boring. Some people say they love it. But I think people try to compare it to like Medellin or Cartagena or something like that. And it's not those. I will say that. It's not that. So if you're coming out here for that, then you might be, in for somewhat of a rude awakening. But if you're coming out here to find you something solid, find you a girlfriend or a wife or something, I think it's a good city for that. And you still can have fun. So now you guys see guys have seen the vlog. They want to ask questions about San Domingo now. What's the safety like in Santo Domingo? In my neighborhood, they got police every goddamn where riding down this motherfuckers all day. Like, you gonna see them police. But I live in a pretty nice area, so I feel pretty safe. I mean, I'm right in the commercial area, the Malecon, the university, and all that. Not too far from Zona Colonial, so it's a large police presence. So I would say the area I'm in is pretty safe. All right. Morpheus Rain says, I'll say it's like this. The trade-off with a single mother is far better than you think. Okay. Just got to find the right one. They will play their role to a T. To them, it's an embarrassment not to be covered. All right. So Morpheus Rain says, hey, matter of fact, we got 102 in the room. All right. Foreign single mothers. Okay. Press 1 in the chat. Press 1 in the chat if you're rocking with the foreign single moms. Press 2 if it's a hell to the no-no. All right. R-Dub Wright says it's pretty good in Santo Domingo. Bitcoin Bobby says Farrah's going to turn Santo Domingo into a new Pookie. Nah. No, I'm not. So new Pookie City. All right, we got a bunch of ones. We got some ones in the building. We got ones. I put 1. Shay Star puts 1. Legacy puts 2. Ones. Okay, Lucky's pretty split. 2 said hell to the knowledge. John E.C. Evans. John Doe says 2. Joseph Morvis, 2. We got 2s in the building. 2s coming in heavy. Somebody said just put a poll up, bro. I think well, that's this is kind of a poll. CK says it depends on the situation. Anton said married one. Okay, you married a foreign single mom or American single mom, Anton. All right. We got our first super chat of the night. Somebody said define rocking with him. Okay, being in a relationship with him, family. Seriously. Being in a relationship with him long term towards marriage. That's what I mean by rocking with him. R-Dub, you can't be 1 and 2, R-Dub, right? Everybody, we got a bunch of 2s in here, but we got some 1s. I think the 1s may be coming for the older gentlemen. Maybe I'm mistaken, but maybe the guys over 35 are hitting 1s, and the guys under 35 are hitting 2s. All right. I got my first super chat of the night. Arnold Pelton, $10 super chat says, BMT, how do you like living out there in the DR? Thinking about checking it out, but I hear women be playing dudes, like messing with multiple dudes. Yeah, okay. In all transparency and honesty, Arnold, that does happen out here. Like it happens anywhere. They be doing that in Thailand. They be doing it in Brazil. And they definitely be doing it in Colombia, okay? But I think if you take your time and you spend a good amount, you don't necessarily got to live here, but you can, say if you're in Florida or something like that, even, that don't even matter when I think about it. If you can spend a good amount of time and you can validate, because you got a lot of good women here. But what a Dominican man told me, if they say if a woman can take advantage, she gonna take advantage. That's what a Dominican guy told me. He said, hey man, if they see some simpery, they're gonna chop your door a year. So you gotta be sharp. You gotta maintain your masculine frame. This is the thing about this island. It is so many women on this damn island, bro, that you got to be willing to move on at a moment's notice if you feel like she's trying to play you, all right? Because you got a lot of options on this island, especially if you speak Spanish. You speak Spanish out here, family, you're going to be up there. You're going to be doing just fine, trust me. And I will say that between Colombia and the DR, these, from my experiences, you will get the top tier woman. You will get what you're looking for. What most bros are looking for, you will get in Colombia, in the DR, versus Brazil can be a little sketchy, especially Rio and Thailand. That's a whole nother, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Thailand. All right. We'll talk about dating in Thailand. All right. Mr. Travolta, hold on. I got to come in here. To be honest, I think that a lot of us black guys have low standards when we move abroad. I can't deny that. We take the same low standards halfway across the world to wipe up single moms, unfortunately. Mr. Travolta, okay. Morpheus say, I'm 58. I am 58. All right. Somebody said, long-term relationship 2 just busting down. It's Jay Clyde in the building, says no single moms, domestic or abroad. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. We've been here for almost 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into some of these top countries that you guys love to frequent. All right. Okay. So we'll start from the bottom and go all the way up to the top in some of the countries with the most single moms. All right. Starting with number 11, we got the Philippines. A lot of the Passport Bros love the Philippines. All right. The Philippines has a high rate of single motherhood influenced by economic challenges, high teenage pregnancy rates, and a large number of overseas workers. So you're going to have a lot of single moms in the Philippines. Coming in at number 10, you got Colombia. A lot of guys love Colombia. Colombia has a significant number of single mothers. Yes, they do. Driven by economic instability, high teenage pregnancy rates, relationship breakdowns, and migration for work. All right. So these are some of the countries that y'all in. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. For all the guys that press 2 in the chat, what's going on? All right. All right. Some of you guys dating single moms not even know y'all dating single moms. Okay. We're going to come at number 9. Number 9 comes in at Thailand. In Thailand, economic pressures, teenage pregnancies, once again, and migration contribute to the prevalence of single motherhood. Limited social support systems also play a role. So we coming in heavy with the Philippines, 11, number 10, Colombia, and number 9, Thailand. Okay. So right there is a lot of, the math ain't mathing. Y'all say y'all don't date single moms, but we go into countries with a lot of single moms. All right, coming in at number 8. What y'all think number 8 is? What y'all think number 8 is? All right. We already went through Colombia. Somebody say Colombia got to be number 1. Colombia only the size of Texas too, so that might have a role in the count. Okay, so Colombia is basically the size of Texas. But let's see. What y'all think number 8 is? I don't think y'all gonna guess it. Y'all not gonna guess it. Hold on. Let me pull up number 8. Number 8, South Africa. That's right. South Africa has a high rate of single motherhood influenced by socioeconomic issues, high rates of absentee fathers, and the impact of HIV/AIDS epidemic. So you got a few factors at play in South Africa, unfortunately. But you got South Africa at number 8. Now, just keep in mind, these are all the countries that a lot of passport bros are going to. Okay? So if these countries got the most single moms, that's what you're going to be running into within your dating pool. All right? Coming in at number 7. Number 7. Brazil. That's right. What up, Ronan? Brazil came in at number 7. In Brazil, single motherhood is prevalent due to social economic challenges, high rates of teenage pregnancy, and cultural factors. That's right. Brazil is number 7, and is a lot of women do have children that you will be dating in Brazil. Okay. Okay. Somebody said, damn, I want to go to Cape Town. The HIV rate is scary though. Yeah, I think they got some preventive drugs now, if I'm not mistaken, family. I think they got some preventive drugs, but I feel you on that. All right, coming at number 6, we got Australia. All right. Australia sees a high rate of single motherhood driven by factors such as divorce and societal acceptance of single parent families. So I sound like the United States, don't it? So that's number 6. Number 6, we got Australia. Okay. Coming in at number 5, says Canada has a high number of single mothers influenced by divorce, separation, and evolving family dynamics. So you got Canada. A lot of people don't know that's a Western country. All right. Somebody said these people don't. Said Atlanta probably number 1. Memphis. Okay, y'all talking about cities now, family. We're talking about countries. All right. Somebody said Australia is surprising. Well, Australia got a big indigenous population out there too. Okay. All right. You guys are not going to believe number 4. You're not going to believe number 4. 4. I'm sorry. 4. That's my Georgia accent coming out. All right. Number 4, Sweden. Single motherhood is relatively common due to progressive social policies. I said society. Gender equality, and substantial social support for single parents. So Sweden got a whole little system over there for single moms, basically. All right. They probably get benefits. They get what the West get, Section A, such like that. Okay. But I don't think a lot of passport bros are necessarily going to Sweden and living over there. I mean, Sweden is known to be pretty expensive. All right, coming in at number 3. You're not gonna guess number 3. France. All right. Believe it or not, France came in at number 3 with on the country with the most single mothers. France has a considerable number of single moms, driven by high divorce rates and a robust social safety net that supports single parent families. So the difference is the Western countries have more of a support system, and the women know that. So they know that the same thing that goes on in America. It's a different type of concept where in some of the other countries that were lower on the list, the women know they don't have any help from the local government, right? So that's a different type of driving force. Single motherhood is it's a lot of teenage pregnancies out there, right? And they don't have no support. But in these other countries, the women know they can get Section 8 and certain benefits. So these are actually higher numbers. Isn't that kind of okay? You see how that work out? You see how that works? Our tax dollars going to a good cause. All right, coming at number 2. The United Kingdom came in at number 2. See, a lot of cats don't know this. Y'all think the West is perfect, right? Believe it or not, came in at number 2. All right. Same thing with the UK. They know they got certain benefits from being a single mother. So the UK came in at number 2. Somebody said, I heard French child support system is the worst in the States. No, I heard Canada is worse in the States. I know some Canadians out there in Medellin. They got done dirty. They got done real dirty by their ex-wives on the child support system. All right, we got 144 in the room. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button for your boy. And you know what? Let me drop a link if somebody want to pull up. You know, maybe we can get a little debate going here. Because you got some guys saying no to single foreign women and some guys saying yay. Okay? What y'all think number 1 is? Before we hit number 1, United Kingdom was number 2. What do y'all think the number 1 most country in the world of single mamas is? What y'all think? Okay. Darren the Destroyer says America. CJ AKA says USA. Somebody said America, US, Russia, or the US. We already covered Colombia. Colombia came in number 10, but keep in mind, Colombia is like the size of Texas, family, so their population is smaller. But it did come in at number 10, I believe. Or was it number 9? Hold on, which one was it? I believe Colombia came in at number 10. All right, we're going to let it rock for a little while longer. Madagascar came in at number 1. China came in at number 1. Philippines. You guys got here late. We already covered the Philippines. All right. I think Madagascar is one of them countries with a low, it's not like a big populace in Madagascar either. Maybe a few million. All right. Okay. Vietnam, Cambodia. That's interesting because they do have a lot of single moms out there in Cambodia. I'm not sure about Vietnam. All right. Somebody said Dominican Republic. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. What am I saying? I don't know. Of course, Dominican Republic is up there. Dominican Republic would definitely be up there. I think it's 10 million people out on this island or in Dominican Republic. Okay. I'm surprised that y'all were on the list. That's crazy. I'm super surprised that y'all was not on that list. All right. Coming in at number 1, family. Number 1. The number 1 country with the most single mothers. All right. The United States. You guys were right. All right. The United States, the U.S. has one of the highest rates of single motherhood among developed countries, influenced by high divorce rates, teenage pregnancies, and acceptance of diversity, I think they wanted to say. Okay. And we all know, the benefits of being a single mother in America, child support, Section 8. Okay. So you got all the factors at play in the United States. You got the system that backs them, that could possibly influence them to want to raise their children alone without you, because they still get the payments from you. Okay. Of course, you got the teenage pregnancies out there. That's pretty high. Some of them cities and country towns, women are still getting pregnant fairly young. Of course, because no father is in the home. And you got the social acceptance, which is real big. They're not being shamed at all. Okay. Some cases it's called for, some cases it's not. But the United States of America. Somebody said Black America. Nah, it's all America. It's just not Black America, family. It's just not Black America. Somebody said we did it. Someone said I blame Obama. How the hell you gonna blame Obama? Getting action in the USA. Getting action in the U.S. isn't the problem. Dealing with the BS is. Shaking my head. Ain't worth it. Somebody said, Darwin Destroyer says it's the retirement system for most women. Well, most wealthy women obtain their resources through divorce. That's 100% true. All right. That's 100% true. All right. More than 50% of Black men are childless and single. So they having kids by the same men. Okay. The system America forces men to support kids, not even their own. In some states, they do. In some states, they definitely do that. You got to be real careful with that. I think you can get off of that now, though. I think you can get off of that now. But for a while, they was getting dudes left and right with that bullshit. All right. Arnold Pelton with a $5 super chat says the top 5 countries are all Western countries with social safety nets. That's crazy. Yes. That's true, Arnold Pelton. I wanted to point that out. I definitely wanted to point that out as somewhat of a motivating factor for some of these women, all right, to end the relationship, to destroy the relationship, rather. That could be a motivation factor. I mean, you got some solid women who's not trying to do the whole Section 8, live in the hood, but they gonna want that child support. That's for damn sure. Somebody said, we're number one. We number one. Yeah, we number one in everything. We number one definitely in that. All right. Global Free Agent says, simple answer. Black men are not in a position to take on other people's burdens. Okay. All right. I was blessed. My ex abandoned our 25-year marriage. Okay, and I have 4 kids for the streets. Hold on. Let me read that one more time. I was blessed. My ex abandoned our 25-year marriage, and I have 4 kids for the streets and got off from paying child support. System rigged for men. Okay, damn. That's a long time to be married, 25 years. Oh, damn, that's a long time. Des Smith says, I'm a Black man who is childless. I don't know how I made it. Woo. Okay. I think in the Black community, we've forgotten the advice, marry before you carry. We don't really discuss that. But you know. Come on, Mr. Travolta. You already know what that's about. You already know what that's about, man. Somebody said inflation. All right. We got 146 in the room. Guys, make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button for your boy. All right. I think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe chat can discuss this, but I think the older guys might be a little bit more accepting of the single moms because in some cases, gentlemen over their 40s, late 40s, the children are, old enough to be out the house. That could be a factor at play. The guys under 35, or under 40-ish or something like that, they might try to still not date women with the younger kids, because the younger kids, of course, not necessarily a burden. All children are a blessing, but they could be a strain in a relationship. Of course, they can definitely be a strain in a relationship for sure. All right. Are there some differences? I guess we want to get to the differences. Are there some differences in single moms in the West and single moms, let's say overseas, South America. I know in Asia, well, at least in Thailand, what they do, at least from what I saw, was the grandparents, and this is in Europe too, the grandparents pretty much raise the kids. All right. The grandparents raise the children, and the daughter she'll kind of live her life, and she'll, make her money or something like that. I know that's pretty true for Patsy. This is, once again, a lot of places that we go as Passport Bros, especially in Thailand, you will be dating a single mom and you wouldn't even know it because she lied to you or something. Say, oh no, I don't have no kids, because she thinks in her head, oh, he don't have kids, so I'm gonna tell him that I don't have kids. Okay, so that's definitely true. True, older men go into sugar daddy mode for Bruce M2. Come on, man. You get on this older gentleman now. True, older men go into sugar daddy mode for these single moms. Come on, fam. Really? All right, Darren the Destroyer with a $5 super chat says, I'm convinced most American women just want the name and dress something. Thus the kids and pride in taking those pregnant photo shoots alone. Damn, you know what, bro? I never thought about that. But I be seeing a lot of photo shoots here in the DR. And I never even put the two and two together. I didn't even put two and two together. But I'd be seeing a lot of chicks on their Tinder profiles, pregnant by themselves. I wasn't even thinking that. That's very true. All right, let me read this super chat one more time because I want to make sure I got this straight. By Derwin the Destroyer with a $5 super chat. And if I didn't tell you, thank you. I really appreciate that. It says, I'm convinced most of the American women just want to name and dress something. So they want to name a kid. They want to dress a kid up in some baby Jordans. Thus the kids and pride in taking those pregnant photo shoots alone. All right. Bruce, it's the boomer simp mindset. I'm not a boomer. I am not a boomer. Let me put that out there real quick. I'm not a boomer. But I will say I'm an older gentleman by now. I said older man, I think about 50 plus. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you got to understand, these guys 50 plus, they're going to be dating women in their 30s for the most part. Overseas, well, don't get me wrong. You can date women in their 20s if you in your 50s. You definitely can do that. But in most cases, the guys are dating women in their 30s, 40s, and these kids are older and probably on their own by now. That's a different type of thing. So that's a good point. So many photo shoots by a man. Yeah, they be pregnant on their Tinder profiles out here. I don't know about the States, but yeah, they be totally pregnant. But one thing I will say, you do got women, at least in America, the women would tell you that they got kids. They'll tell you that, hey, I'm a single mom. They will be upfront. Overseas, maybe not so much, because they really feel like they're bad of American, and they're not trying to mess that up for nothing, because that can be their key. That could be their ticket out for the whole family. So you could be dating a chick, especially in Thailand, specifically in Thailand, you wouldn't even know she had a kid. All right. It's chicks right now. It's dudes right now in this Passport Bros space. And, they be having their women all on the cameras and doing all these vlogs with them and everything. And they got like 2-3 kids. People don't even know. Somebody said, pray. They say it's nasty word. Exactly. I'm 58, 5 grown kids, chilling with the Brazilian wife and her 2 teen girls, semi-retired. Why not? Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. For sure, man, Some of that was simping. Aaron, you're not older. Says they were simping back in the day. They messed things up too. Come on, Cortez. You think they messed things up like that? They did. Shit, they did. They did. Well, the music was different back then too. You gotta understand our music coming from where we come from, man. Our music is everything. Like that's and that music, that Al Green, man. I remember my dad used to play that shit all the time. I used to be like, yo, why you play this bullshit? This shit making motherfuckers sad, man. God damn. I still got them songs in my head. It was all about the women, man. Black love was something real back then. But by the time my generation came about, we was kind of like, man, fuck them hoes. By the time my generation came, we was like, nah, these ain't it. We knew back in the 2000s, 90s, we was like, yeah, some cool ones, but you know, these ain't it. BMT, didn't you say that you was finished with the permanent relationship thing? No, I didn't say that, brother. I don't know what you're talking about there. Permanent relationship thing? I don't know what you mean by that, bro. Nah, I still, you know, hell, I'm in a relationship right now. Bruce M2 says, a 8-month pregnant woman matched me on Tinder once. She had old photos on her profile. Hey, man. Shit. Ain't nothing wrong with knocking out a pregnant woman. All right, I got a first guest of the night. Got my man Todd in the building. What up, Todd?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Was you on the show last week?
No, I wasn't on the show last week.
You show, brother?
Nah, I'm real close with Austin, so I'll be on a lot of his lives and everything.
You went on that show I did what was that? What was the other show I did? I could swear you was on the show, but you went on the show like a week or two ago.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Okay, brother. Okay. But what you got to say about this, man, this subject right here?
Only thing I can tell him, man, because, you know, a lot of dudes out here, like, you know, getting these chicks pregnant or whatever. The best thing to avoid paying child support is, let's just say you still with them and y'all had the kid. You got a social security card now. You got a birth certificate. Find out in the SNAP program, which is like, you know, basically the county money, whatever. The best advice I can give a man is basically open up a bank account in your name and attach that child's name to that bank account. And when you do that, you're going to attach that child's name, social security or birth certificate or whatever. So you find out with the county money, the GR, SNAP, whatever, how much does a single, you know, woman gets for the SNAP program. Typically it's under like $1,000. It might be up to $1,000 now a month. Put $1,000 a month in the bank account, right? And I'm not saying like, hey, just do this. I'm just saying if you happen to get a chick pregnant, put $1,000 a month in a bank account, get 2 cards, give her the card. Now you got a track record of how she spend the money and all that other shit. So let's just say y'all fall out and she goes and try to jump on the county. She cannot do it. It's illegal for her to do that. If you're giving her the same amount the county would give her for one child.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking about pretty much some that's like the American system game, basically. Okay.
Yeah. You know, I'm here in Compton. I know how this shit works. So it's like, do that and you can completely avoid child support. If you're putting $1,000 a month up, let's just say you make $6,000 a month, $5,000 a month, even $4,000 a month. I mean, just putting up $1,000 a month, give her the second card. Now you got a track record through the bank statements what she's using the money for. So if she jumps on the county or try to take you to court for more child support, you already got your track record. I had 3 homeboys I told to do this. They got full custody of their kids because of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta kind of like outdo the system. You know what I mean? So if the system is saying, hey, for a single mother, she's getting $984 a month, right? And you're putting $1,000 in a bank account, you give the mother the second card to the bank account. Now you got a track record. So let's just say she's using the money on herself, and you can see in the bank statements, oh, she went to this lingerie store. She went here. She went there. She's not using the money for the child. Let's just say you cut that off. Now you can cut it off. She tries to go get on the county. She cannot do that. But at the same time, you have to continue to put that $1,000 a month in there for a single child. You know what I mean? So by the time you show up to court, you're like, hey, man, look, you know, I was giving her the money. I had to cut her off because she's using the money for herself. That's how you avoid child support. Like, literally, you can avoid that.
Okay. I got a comment by my man Machine who says BMT, so they doing step crash dummy behavior overseas too. Hey, in some cases they are, brother. In some cases they are. I got another super chat here by my man. Hold on, let me cover my man Joe in the building. What up, Joe? He says, why are we talking like it's normal to be put on child support Is that what's going on? All right. Mr. Travolta with the $5 what's that? The pound, I believe. Shout out to you for the $5 pound. The best thing to avoid paying child support is, with a pause, don't get the girl pregnant. That explanation was too complicated, dude. Wrap it up, guys. Right. I mean, that sounds good, Mr. Travolta, but when dudes get a little on that oil, they see that big Dominican booty walking through, they're gonna do what it do.
Hey, I know it sounds complicated, but that's just the worst case scenario. If you do get a chick pregnant, that's what you should do. Find out what the assistance that she would get from the government, and you set up a bank account and put the same amount of money they would give her. That way you can avoid paying child support. I got homeboys in their 50s still owe child support. Can't get a driver's license, no passport.
Can't get a
nothing.
passport. That's the big, bro. I know dudes that's right now living overseas, and they maxing out credit cards to pay up their child support because they don't want their passports to get taken away.
Right. And they take them, man. They do the same thing for women, man. Like I was dating a chick. She didn't have custody of both her kids, and I kept trying to tell her, like, you got to start doing this, you got to start doing that. Dude gonna put you on child support. When you owe back child support, you can get a passport if you paying child support, you up to date. But if you owe back child support, that's a wrap. You're not getting no passport. You can't go nowhere. Can't do nothing. And every year you file your taxes, they're gonna take everything.
That's a big one. That's a big one, man. Child support the American child support be ruining. I think overseas it's different in some of the countries that we like to go to because it's like a max. It's like $100, $200 a month or something like that.
Yeah, minimum. That's minimum. If you're an American, it's way more. I don't know if you remember that white guy that had the baby with the chick from I'm not sure if she was from Brazil, but she was somewhere in South America. She came out here, he bought her out here. He had the kid with her.
Step one wrong.
Right. And she ran back off, bro, like to the country and just cut all ties with him. I think he had to go. I think it took him like 5 or 6 years to get his child back.
Damn.
It was a story. It was a long time ago. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a white dude, and he had a kid with a chick in Latin America somewhere, and she ran off. He tried to go through the embassy, tried to go through their government. That's another issue too, because a lot of military veterans back in the day used to do that. They used to have babies with chicks from Vietnam and all that other shit, and they would bring them back here to America. And all of a sudden, they get enough money, they run back over there, never see their kid again, bro.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories too. When it comes to that. You got to be kind of careful on who you decide to have these babies with overseas, man. But I think some guys go specifically to get women pregnant so they can stay in these countries too. Yeah. So you do have that.
Vice versa. Like you from the era I'm from, because I'm 41, so we from the same era. You remember back in the day, the black chicks that used to marry the Africans so they could stay over here, and they was giving them a monthly allowance.
Shit, in Atlanta they was giving them like 10,000 or some shit like that.
Right. That was happening a lot in the West Coast, especially with Jamaicans. The Jamaicans do it in London. I lived in London for a little bit. The Jamaicans do it. They'll go over there and knock a chick up, get married to her, and they'll get them money to stay in the UK. It's crazy to me because Jamaica is more closer to the United States, but they love living in the UK. I don't know why.
Yeah. I remember I was in Brazil and a Brazilian guy, he was like, yeah, man, my cousin wants to talk to you. I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. I'm thinking like talk to you, like, okay, kick it, talk, date. And she was like, hey, I don't have no money to give you. I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, I don't have no money to give you, but if you marry me, you can stay in Brazil. And if I marry you, I can stay in America. And it could be an even exchange. We just pay for our own paperwork. And I was like, this what this is about? Like, okay, you want to live in America, but you will have some of that going on too, because they want to go to America and make American money to send back home.
Right. And it's not so much of that nowadays, but I just remember I be dating a chick. She like 21. She like, oh, my husband. I'm like, husband? She ain't got no kids, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She done married an African or some Arabic dude too. Cause I noticed like a lot of, stores around here, like 7-Elevens, liquor stores, they all owned by like Indians, Pakistanians, some type of Arabic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't for the life of me figure out why the girls giving them more attention. Cause they knew what was up. They knew if I legally marry this dude, he gonna pay me this amount, this much a month.
That's crazy. They were paying them monthly out there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was like
you from that era, you know.
Well, like I said, Atlanta, they was
about.
giving chicks like 10,000, shit like that.
Yeah.
10K or something. That's what they were doing.
It was deep, man.
Matter of fact, one of my cousins did that. Married a Somalian dude.
See?
I don't know how much he paid her.
I was dating an African from Nigeria, and I don't know how she was able to bring all that money over here, but she had all Nigerian money. I think they $100 is like $1 to ours. But she had a briefcase full of money, and she was trying to get me on that game. Like, why don't you just marry me and all that? The whole time she got a whole husband in Nigeria.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was like, nah, man, I'm cool on that, man.
Man, that's one of the things about dating overseas, man. Especially when you get into the crux of a real relationship, and you've been dating for like 6-7 months, and the whole time you thought it was her cousin. It's really her boyfriend.
Yep. I've seen that. I've seen that in the hood where
that's big in DR. That's big here.
Yeah. You in the DR right now?
Yeah, I'm in DR right now. Yeah, I live here.
Shit, that's one place I completely avoid, man, because I like to do my research when I travel, before I travel somewhere. And I was going to travel to the DR back in 2022. And I don't know, something about the phones, they can kind of tell what you're talking about, what you're looking at. And all I kept hearing is like the prostitution is really up over there. And they, not only that, they're trying to get money from you monthly. They trying to come over here and get that citizenship. I don't know what it is about that.
It's no different than all these other countries: Colombia, Thailand, Brazil. Shit, America got heavy prostitution too. It's the same shit. It's the same shit, man. Like prostitution is all over the world. People always say like, "Oh, it's in this." I'm like, nah, man. It's everywhere. I'm from Atlanta, so when I left the house, they were right there on the block, right up the street. They were like right there.
Nah, it's crazy because 6 blocks from now, if I was to drive in my car right now, 6 blocks from now on Long Beach Boulevard, because I'm from Compton, California, so I'm born and raised. I'm like the true definition of born and raised. It's hookers out there right now.
What's that shit called? Figaro or something like that?
They got Figaro in LA, which is like 5 or 8 miles away from here. You got Long Beach Boulevard. I mean, even in Washington State, it's really bad. And to me, it's like, I don't understand why they still walk in the streets. You got the internet and all that now. You know what I mean? You could just get on OnlyFans, do what you do. Why you still walking the streets and asking dudes for money? Like, I don't get it nowadays.
Shit's crazy, man. I know out here what they'll do is the guy that she say, "Oh, don't worry, I got a guy that's gonna drive us around and look out for us while we go here and go there." Or I got a cousin that's gonna pick us up. Instead of doing the Uber thing, it's cheaper, it's cheaper. And this guy drive you two around, and y'all all eat, and y'all all go to the river and all that shit. Whole time it's her boyfriend, bro.
That's sad, man. It's sad.
You gotta watch him out here, man. Like, but at the same time, it's some solid ones out here too. Like I say, believe it or not, family, believe it or not, the top tier women for Passport Bros, in my opinion, that I've seen in my experience. Now I lived in a few countries, is going to be DR and Colombia, bro. Really? That's where you'll get a real one, and that's where you'll get a fine one, a top tier one.
Really?
In Asia, man, good luck. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen too much of it like that, unless those guys live there and maybe speak the language, and they kind of intermingling with the local people. They got friends, they got Asian friends, something like that. Most of those guys gonna be dating bar girls, and you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be dating the bottom of the bottom out there.
So let me ask you
Brazil.
this question. Do you think is the environment you put yourself in to be involved with women like that? If you
That
want,
that that has something to do with it too. But in some of these countries, man, you just not gonna get that top notch because the top notch gonna be gone, married, wifed up, kids by before they hit 25. You know what
yeah,
I'm
because
saying?
I
And
just
and
bought, I
then
bought a.
and classism is big overseas too.
It
Like
is. It really is.
in America, it's like okay, you can find a chick that family got a little money, you got that, you know what I'm saying? But overseas, that shit ain't happening, bro. And then most of the
Wow.
women, they might belong to families that own silk factories and baby chair making companies. Like they do the classism thing real heavy out there in Asia, bro. Somebody said, why no Brazil? Man, Brazil got hit by feminism hard, bro. Like when I was in
Hey, and
Brazil
and
and I was dating, it was always let's go out type shit. I don't be with that going out all the damn time. I be wanting to see what a woman can do in the kitchen personally.
right, right. We from the same era, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like less than a year than being off from the last generation X. I'm the oldest millennial, so I grew up around a
Yeah,
lot of
me too.
middle and young generation X. So them all my friends still to this day. And it's like, like I tell Austin, I've been on his page before. I'm like, hey, my parents been married 64 years.
Mm-hmm.
I done ran through women when I was a teenager. So
Mm-hmm.
all this fucking around people doing is like, damn, I was doing that when I was, between 12 and 22 years old. And y'all like past 25 fucking like y'all teenagers. Like, it's a trip. Like the women for me are really aggressive. Like even now, man, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
met this little chick. I'm talking. I'm letting her know, like, hey, look, we could just go out. We go hit a Starbucks or something. She cool with that. Today is Father's Day, bro. She sent me the whole booty pic. like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, you don't have to ask for it. If you cool, one thing I always tell guys, like the era I grew up in, you have to. When you talking to a chick, you get at her, you cool. Just make sure. I'm gonna tell you the number one thing is smell good. A lot of chicks, like when I travel back and forth to Mexico, every 3 weeks, because I got my condo out there, I be having like this cologne. It's called Bourbon and Oak.
Mm-hmm.
You got this, about this Nautica back in the day. That Nautica smelled good.
Oh, you know about Nautica Blue.
Yeah, that's what I get. Nautica Blue.
Yeah, a lot of people be slipping on Nautica Blue. I don't know why women like that cologne so much.
Man, I'll be on that airplane. Them chicks be sitting next to me and they be like, "Oh, you smell good." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Just be
Mm-hmm.
normal, be yourself. Like a lot of times I hear these YouTubers, they talking about the women in different countries, how to do this, how to do that. At the end of the day, you don't have to worry about, the extras. All you got to do is be yourself. Be yourself, smell good, look presentable.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to look like a rich guy. You don't have to wear a suit all the time. Just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that cologne alone, like I was going to work last Thursday and I was in an AM PM
Mm-hmm.
and a chick was like, something smelled good. And I turned around. I ain't say nothing to her. I just turned around. I was like, oh, okay. That cologne working. It's still working. Just keep your hygiene up. Keep your hair cut. Stay lined up. Bro, women
Yeah.
are very simple. I try to tell dudes this like all the time. They really simple.
Are you saying they simple in general or simple overseas?
Women all over the world are simple. Just a
Mm-hmm.
basic conversation. The fact that you smell good, you look confident. Because
Mm-hmm.
you ain't walking around with your hair all fucked up. No good lineup. You know what I mean? You got a decent lineup. You smell good. That's
Mm-hmm.
still going to attract the women. You don't have to worry about, oh, how are the women over here or how are the women over here? It
Mm-hmm.
depends on what you want. You want the bottom feeders or you want a solid woman. I didn't live with 9 different women in the house. And one thing I try to tell dudes, if you're with a woman and you can't deal with the fact that she started her period, some days she gonna be on her period. You're gonna have to wash them clothes. You're gonna have to see all that. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what dudes don't realize and recognize. Like women, they got 3 hoes, bro. They got they got a pee, They got
Okay,
their
man.
menstrual.
Okay. We know the biology of women, man. Hold on. Hey, let me get some of these comments real quick. CC says, I don't know about that BMT. What you don't know about that about CC? Desmond says, I'm shocked you said that BMT. I would definitely remember that. I mean, Brazil is cool. You know, like, bruh, Brazil's okay. I fuck with Brazil, but I did notice that I was like, you know, it's a lot of going out and shit. They be wanting a lot, man. Colombia has baddies for days, but the safety is a bit concerned. I'll pass. Yeah, you gotta be safe out there. That's for sure. BMT never been to the Philippines. You know what? I plan on going to the Philippines next time I'm on my trip out there in Asia. But I get different trip reports from the Philippines. I get some yays, I get some nays, man. So that's why I haven't been out there yet. CC says, I think you can find better quality in Africa. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Kenya, family. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Kenya and Rwanda. All right. Where at in Africa, the worst passport bros experience I've heard have been in Africa. Okay. I haven't heard any too many bad experiences.
I mean, to piggyback on that, it's not the men, the women are going through it over there. I've seen a lot of YouTubes where women move to Africa, and they're having a bad experience.
The Gambia and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, them older women be going over there trying to get with them young dudes, man. And man, come on, man. You know, it's already you older, then you talking shit to the man. And like I tell people don't understand our type of, I don't know if it's comedy that we do. Like we have our back and forth with our women jokingly, you know, but they don't do that necessarily. Like they don't understand our sense of humor, basically.
Right.
You know how we might say, hey, big head, or, you know, girl, you know, what's your toe looking like tonight? Like, we be joking around. We had this Black American culture where we kind of jokes, you know, a little bit.
It's not even a language barrier. Like my ex-fiance is from London. And like a month ago, I got into it with her because I'm like, why are you always trying to correct me? Like, you got to accept different cultures. Like, there's a lot of English speaking countries. So like in London, when I first went there, they was like, oh, I like your jumper. I had a sweatsuit on. I'm like, what the fuck is a jumper? I didn't know what the fuck that was. We can communicate. We good. But I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. She like, oh, I like your jumper. I like your trainers. I'm like, what the fuck is all that? Basically, jumper means sweatsuit. Trainers mean your shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And there's plenty of women over there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I met some of the finest women over there, bro. They like a mixed melting pot over there. When you meet a Filipino mixed with Indian and she got the British accent, oh my God. Like my ex-fiance, she's Turkish and Jamaican. Like people sleep on London too. It's just like, I'm always say it. It depends on what you're looking for. If you looking to just smash and do all that, man, there's plenty of areas in the world for you to do that. But if you want a solid woman, yeah, you can find them here in America. You can find them anywhere. You just got to put yourself in a position to find them.
Good point, man. Well, brother, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Anything you'd like to say before you go?
Oh, shout out to Austin. Shout out to you, man. I found you because of Austin. And I found Austin because of O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to them. Shout out to all y'all, man.
I appreciate you coming on, bro.
No problem, man.
All right.
I'm
going to read some of these comments before we go. I never thought BMT would be so high on DR chicks. He must be romantically involved with one. I give my recommendation to people in Japan to do is a must for homework in certain countries, affluent upper middle class areas, and universities for chick hunting. Yeah, I'm in a university. Who's that? Ron Saluki. He looks familiar. Okay. That goes for all countries. Yeah, man. I always stay by like universities and everything when I'm overseas. All right. TZTV says, bro, I seen you in Zona Colonia yesterday. I was out eating with the family. Salute to you, man. Shout out to you, man. I was getting some footage yesterday, some B-roll footage. Yeah, I was in Zona Colonia. Zona Colonia was lit yesterday, bro. It was lit. It was super lit. You know, a lot of people, a lot of women out there, man. It was dope. Said women are not simple. Yeah, they're a little complicated in the States, for sure. For sure. Somebody says your cologne doesn't mean nothing if someone just doesn't not want to talk. Okay. Somebody said women are not simple. They'll switch it up on you. Yeah, they will switch it up on you, bro. You gotta keep them on. You gotta keep them on their feet. That's one thing about women. You gotta hot and cold their ass, or they hot and cold you, brother. You know, and the game never changes. I don't care how old you are. You could be in a nursing home. They still gonna play them damn games, bro. It's just that's just the way some women are. You know, it's communication, bro. You gotta keep them on your toes. You gotta keep them on your toes, and you gotta always be wanted by other women, which means you gotta kind of have your shit together physically and financially. That's how you keep them around. All right, knowing that another woman will want you if she leaves you. That's one of the little tricks of the trade that was talking to me about, one of the big OGs out there back in the day. All right, all women are emotional. Yeah, it's about how you make them feel, bro. I tell people that all the time. Wojo said, I wish they were simple. No, men are simple. Women can be complicated. All right. I think it's more so relationships can be complicated, not just the act of communicating with a woman, getting what you want from her. That could be easy for most, you know, but the relationship is a different type of game. And I think a lot of us go wrong. First of all, a lot of guys go wrong because they didn't grow up seeing the interactions of their parents, because there's so many broken homes in the States. So they don't really know. And I think a lot of times they think woman is supposed to be like their best friend or whatnot. And they might lose some of their masculine frame by crying in front of them or by venting to them about their struggles and all that shit. Women don't care about that shit. So that's one of the things you got to always continue to have your masculine frame. And you got to realize that she is not there for you to vent. You vent to your family or your partner or your mom or something, but just keep her at bay with that. All right. Somebody said London is like New York. It's almost the center of most places too. Okay. What up, Zoo Travels in the building? What up, Zoo? I can't wait to see some of your content, my brother. I can't wait to see some of that content, bro. Zoo do that daredevil. Zoo be all in the hood. Hood travels. Hood travels, bro. Y'all guys make sure to go sub to his channel, okay? Because he be in every barrio. He be in barrios I ain't never even heard of over there, man. Shout out to my man Zoo Travels in the building. All right, Derwin says, anyone making the jump to live overseas this year? Yeah, guys, who's planning on moving overseas? I heard Corey Holcomb of the 5150 show will be moving to Thailand. All right. My man says, I'm moving to Brazil in August for at least 6 months, maybe hit up Argentina and Portugal after that. Man, make sure if you plan on living in Brazil 6 months, make sure that you have chosen the right apartment because they got some weird apartments out there. So make sure you're in the right neighborhood and you want to stay there for the 6 months. Don't just book online, man, because they got some sneaky ways of doing them Airbnb picks and shit. I had a friend of mine, he booked the apartment for a month, and the shit was so awkwardly built, family. It was like a triangle or some shit. As soon as you walk in, you get like a migraine because the walls was like triangular and shit. And it was just, the bathroom was about the size of a closet from the 1940s. It was like this big, so you in there taking the piss like this. Like, be careful with them apartments in Brazil. Racket Club Travels. You know, matter of fact, if you need help, you can email me at blackmentravels@gmail.com. But we also have some apartments in Brazil on the app as well. All right. It's some guys that actually own apartments. The best apartments in Brazil are going to be the apartments that are owned by either Americans or not. Yeah, the apartments owned by Americans. That's it. Because I was going to say the Europeans, but the Europeans be on that bullshit too. Them little weird looking apartments and shit. So the apartments owned by the Americans because we have a certain standard. I think my man said, yeah, since he did say something about him moving overseas. Yo, let me address this real quick. Hey, BMT, has the son caught up with you yet? You don't seem too worried. That's the guy. No, not at all. I'm not worried about that cat at all. That was a funny situation right there. But no, I'm not worried about her son. Her son ain't gonna do a damn thing, man. He ain't gonna do a damn thing. I ended up taking his videos down because I just didn't, I didn't want the energy no more. So I just took the videos down of me interviewing him and the girl. I think the girl hit me up. She was like, "Oh, I ain't got my dog back yet. He stole my dog." I'm just like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm taking both y'all videos down. I ain't got no more time for this bullshit. And that man, I stole the woman dog. She still want her little dog. They all in the projects and the barrios and shit. I ain't got time for that shit. Not moving permanently, just Philippines for 2 months. That's a good stretch. 2 months is a good stretch, man. Hopefully you'll be doing some content. All right, my man said, y'all holla at Scarlett 1MT or DJP about Brazil also. Yeah, definitely, my man DJP. DJP been all over Brazil. He loved Brazil, man. Like I like Brazil. I like to go vacation in Brazil, but you know, I don't know, man. It was different. I felt like I was dating Western women when I was in Brazil. Real. That's just me. You know, I feel like I remember we had a conversation. We was at the table. I was with my boy Travelversity at the time, and the girl he was talking to did not cook at all and refused to cook anything. And he was like, "Well, if that's the case, I can't date you. We could be cool, but I can't date you." And it was a big, not necessarily an argument. It was like a friendly debate on why does she have to cook. You know, this is a Brazilian woman now. She was like maybe like 21, 22. And we all went out that night and everything, danced. It was a great night. But both her and her friend was kind of on that feminist, new wave, Instagram model. I don't cook, I don't clean type shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm straight. I don't. My man says BMT happier too. Brother was real grumpy a couple of months ago. His relationship must be going good. Salute. Who was grumpy a few months ago? Hold on. Was you grumpy? Hold on. BMT. Maybe you say BMT. I'm happier too. Brother was real grumpy a couple of months ago. Yeah. Who are you talking about, Anton? Let me see. What you talking about? Yeah. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. People. Okay. All right. Mr. Trevor said, "You're right, BMT. I'm about your age as well, and I'm a homebody. They should get in the kitchen." Hey, listen, man. One thing about the Dominican women, they cook, man. All Dominican women cook from my experience. They all cook. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but I've always, if you look at my first travel videos, they were here in the Dominican Republic. All right. I'm going to play a little bit more of this vlog before we go. Shit. I'm going to play a little bit of this vlog before we go. Where we at? Once again, I dropped this on the Passportbros apps. All the vlogs will be on the Passportbros app. And I'm going to answer a few more questions, but let me play a little bit. All right.
Latin country, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Brazil.
All right, that's Farrah Cologne right there, family. You can definitely visit it.
Oh man, you gotta see how big this joint is.
All right, but let me show you Zona Colonial real quick. That's a museum,
like a
dope little museum right there. It's like $3-4 or something like that.
My father made a statue.
And we're gonna skip over bury that where his bones. That's supposedly Christopher Columbus's
200.
grave site,
$2-3 or something.
or
All
where
right,
his
so
body
this is
is stored. All right.
Hola. For a person that
All right,
doesn't
so
even deserve it.
we are.
Just to kind of see it, but
Yeah, but we don't.
we don't condone his actions whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is.
Okay, here we go.
A museum. So it's not just about Colombia. It's like
All right, so this is
all.
this is on the Colonial. This is kind of like cooler area. Hold on.
All right. So what we have here?
We have Mama Juana Street,
Okay.
and we are on a Colonial Sun Bar 253. So, arriba, para abajo, por ver y para adentro, qué sé yo.
Mi favorito. My favorite. What happened? ¿Qué pasó?
That was what was it? That was easy.
That was
So not strong.
it was strong.
That was not strong.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how to dance that.
Hold on. I can't play that part. I forgot. YouTube said I gotta cut that part out. And the Michael in there.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's basically the vlog. All right. That's that's Zona Colonial. Then you got the Malecone out here too, fam. The Malecone is dope. You got little rides on the Malecone and shit.
I'm insecure, woman. I'm insecure.
Me too. Whoa.
All right.
We are high as hell. Está bien?
A little bit.
So, guys, make sure to check it out. Download the Passportbros app. We in there. All right. A lot of guys dropping content in there. We got some new features coming this week as well. So make sure you do that. All right. Let me ask you a few more questions before we go. We're going to roll on out, man. Somebody said, BMT, why'd you leave Colombia for the DR? Man, there was a lot of dudes getting drugged in Colombia, bro. I'll be honest with you. I can't put no shit coat on it. It was a lot of dudes getting their ass drugged in Colombia. I was in Colombia for about 6 months. Definitely love Medellin, definitely love Colombia. But when I came out here in San Domingo, I really enjoyed it, and I decided to kind of relocate out here for a while. All right. So that's the reason I left Colombia. All right, somebody says, you got to realize the government is sending people to Brazilian universities to push feminism. That's why. Yeah, listen, fam, I'm going to be honest with you. I went to Brazil in 2017. It was one of the best experiences I ever had in my life. I really enjoyed Brazil. The women were nice, beautiful, feminine. But then when I got back in 2022, I believe it was, October 2022, it was different. The vibe, the energy was different. It was a whole lot more fruity and masculine. I will say that. So that's just from my standpoint. Now, as far as the beach goes, it has the best beach culture in the world, hands down. You know, if you want to go to a dope beach culture with all the partying and drinking and everything, I don't think no country in the world is going to outdo Brazil when it comes to the beach and the clubs and the bars. It's real fun, man. But, you know, most guys I know that live in Brazil are single, fam. They single or they rotating different women every few years. Somebody said BMT friends was getting scoped left and right in Colombia. They were. I mean, I don't know how to say it differently than that's what it was. I mean, bro, like in a 10-day time span, 3-4 guys that I was really cool with all got drugged. And these guys were not on no street shit, none of that. They were just getting set up. They were all getting set up. They all got drugged. They was dating. One guy met a chick on Instagram. One guy met a chick on Tinder. One guy met a chick in a mall or some shit. They all got drugged, bro. It was just dumb. I'm like, me and another guy. The tension was so up there, just around the city, that me and another guy, we both got the hell on and moved. Well, he was already living here in DR, but we was like, listen, man, this is too much right now. They drugging. They on a drugging frenzy right now. I don't even see guys in Brazil getting married. Facts. At all, they married men are usually in Colombia or the Philippines. Facts. Cortez Smith, you absolutely right, Cortez. Yeah, the Scorpio is easy to get. They get it right off. They can make it. Bro. I mean, it's a fucking flower. You just pick the little flower up the tree. I mean, matter of fact, it's a documentary that they made. Or is it a documentary or a special on Scope? And the guy goes up in the tree and gets the little tulip out, goes home and makes it right then and there. So it's everywhere. But sometimes it's not Scope. Sometimes it's other drugs that just knock you out cold. All right. Somebody said, but you just got to know how to move. Listen, man, in that group, and I know people get tired of seeing it, but we got to approve it anyway. But in the Passport Bros Facebook group, I kid you not, at least once a week. At least once a week. It's a story. And that's the guy that decided to post it because they got the anonymous post now. So now you got dudes that's telling their stories, anonymously, because they ain't got to show, they ain't got to share their information. So now you got to saying what happened. Matter of fact, it was some guys that were walking down the street out there, and they got surrounded by some Colombians, and I guess they were pushing them around or something like that. They said like 8, 9 Colombian dudes was like, and it was like 2 or 3 of them. They surrounded them and they tried to pickpocket them and basically robbed them right on the street. Somebody said Austin is saying Sao Paulo is whack. Somebody said Brazil is definitely fruity. Man, shit, fruity as hell. You said women do cook. I'm not saying women don't cook. My homeboy girl used to cook all the time. I'm just saying what my experience was. I like certain things to be baked in the culture already. Yeah. They getting drugged once a week. I don't know about Scope, but they damn sure getting drugged once a week for sure. I mean, it's a big group. It's 25,000 guys. A lot of guys at 25,000. You got to assume that at least 10, 15, at least 30% of those guys are going to Colombia pretty regularly. I think the worst incident I heard while I was out there the last time around was a guy getting kidnapped. No, he got held hostage in his Airbnb, and they kidnapped him to a hotel room, and they drained his accounts. They just drained all his accounts, and they're talking about killing him because the guys that had left with the credit cards and debit cards to try to drain him, they were saying that they wasn't getting the money from the cards. And then the people that was holding the guy told him to check his bank account online. And when he checked it, the money was getting taken out. So they were talking about just killing the guy. It was just messed up. The whole situation was messed up out there. So I don't know, man. But actually, I'll be in Medellin soon. Just because they could don't mean your stomach can handle it. Listen, the best food, bar none, is Thailand, bro. Bar none. Not even close. Not even close. I think Thailand got the best food in the world, hands down. And I'm from the South. I think Georgia got the best food in America, hands down. Better than Texas, better than Louisiana. We got the best food, best soul food, rather. But Thailand is not playing. Hey, them Thai women ain't playing no games with the food. Somebody says Beaters is just Colombia is too dangerous. All right, guys, we've been rocking for about an hour 30, man. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Y'all had me out here all damn night, man. But guys, make sure to download the Passport Bros app. Keep flying, keep stepping them Passport Bros. It's been a great stream. All right, peace. We out.